So we started 2020 with 6 employees. All of our growth over the past the company's 5 years old, and I've been in the industry for about 20. And all of my growth at all times has always been just word of mouth. It's always been you know growth just by doing a good job for customers and trying to have them tell 3 people and whatever. I've always been terrible at marketing. I've never been able to get a good feel for it. I'm okay at sales, but marketing is absolutely terrible. So when we started 2020, before COVID hit, we decided we were going to make an effort, and we were going to, play like big boys, and we were going to go ahead and use a marketing company. And I tasked one of my employees to go find somebody who knows about marketing, preferably in the healthcare space, and let's try to do this. And we found a couple of different people that we tried and we interviewed with, and nobody really felt great until we met SalesLeap. Um, the fact that you guys are in the healthcare space and really understood that healthcare is much different than other spaces. So we thought you guys were a great fit. And I'll be the first to admit that I had very, very low expectations. I expected to write a check and say, okay, well, there goes that. Like every other marketing company I've ever used, we'll get your score up higher on Google and all that kind of stuff, and then use some of your automation and then walk away, and we may be a little higher, but really there's not going to be that much growth out of it. That was absolutely not the case with SalesLeap. With SalesLeap, you guys got in there, taught us, how to do it, what tools you recommended, but never pushed on us. And they were third-party tools. Here's what works. Here's not what we're trying to sell you. Here's not what we're getting a kickback for. Here's what will work for you. And I told our employees that, we're going to do this. We're going to do this right. And we're going to do what they say and drink the Kool-Aid and see what we can do. Right. And every week, we would meet and we would discuss, and things started happening. We started getting, new customers, organically, and people calling us and people responding to us on LinkedIn that had never responded to us before and things like that. It was really, really an amazing experience. The whole gas pedal method, because we quickly, like I said, we started with 6. By this point, I think we had 8 employees, and we're like, okay, this is getting a little scary for me. I'm not in this kind of growth territory. It's always been, an employee every 3 months or whatever, and now I'm adding one a week because we have all this growth that we're getting. And then every week there's more customers, and let's slow down a little bit. Let's maybe not push on the marketing so hard this week, and let's get caught up. And then we start back again just a little bit, and then sure enough, one more employee. And so as of today, we're up to 12 employees now, literally double the size that we were at the beginning of the year. We have set milestones for our company of what we want to hit and things like that. And we are absolutely in line to actually do that and another 50% on top of what growth we were trying to hit for this year. And honestly, we attribute all of that success to taking the leap with SalesLeap, and trying to make it happen.
That's incredible, Jack. And so thinking back, is that over 200% growth since starting this and doubling, or?
So I think I told you, and so we're trying to hit $1 million in revenue this year. Over a year, and if growth keeps going the way it is, it'll be $1.5 million this in 2020.
Nice.
So I don't want to say it out loud because I'll jinx it, or something will happen. But quite honestly, it could hit 2. I mean, especially if you did it like 12 months year to date as opposed to 2020. It's distinctly possible. Yeah.
I love that. And before this, did you feel like you had a control mechanism to control that growth?
No, we really, it's not that we didn't have a control mechanism. We didn't have a mechanism. Like
Mhm.
there was no, if I said, okay, team, let's go get new customers, everybody would have looked around like this and gone, where, right? And in fact, the only way that we knew that we could probably get customers were to go back to the original forums where I used to get customers when I was just consulting, right? Or going to existing customers and saying, hey, I know we do a good job for you. Can you please tell your friends about us? And the problem is most of our customers are in a crazy competitive space where they don't talk to each other. They're competitors, right? They're all fighting over the same piece of meat.
Mhm.
So they don't communicate well with each other. So us asking for our customers to, hey, will you tell your friends about this? They don't have any friends, right?
Mhm.
So really, if you tasked me with going and getting new clients, it would have been a very, very slow, and it would have taken me manual hours, right? Like I would have had to stop all of my other duties and go and make that my job of going to find new customers. Now, using the SalesLeap process, I can task an employee who is still a skilled technician, right? But he can, I can take someone responsible and say, look, go push our message out to 200 people this week, or 500 people, or 2,000 people this week, and let's just go see who bites.
Mhm.
Um, we have that control. Or no, we're training people for the next 2 weeks. Let's lay off, but in 2 weeks we want to do another push. That's absolutely
I
what you
love
have given us. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, I mean, you guys put in the work. We just have the gift of teaching. Um, and what would you say to, anyone considering this? Because there's a lot of folks like yourself that haven't invested in outbound sales development, in this kind of marketing sales development system that we teach. What would you say to someone considering this?
I don't think anyone could have been more skeptical than me, right? I had absolutely zero faith that an outside company could come in and understand my company. In fact, that's what we've done before. Is we've had people come in and say, "Yeah, okay, well, what product do you have? We'll sell it," and nobody could sell our product, and that's the beauty of it. It's still us selling our product. We're just using your methodology to understand, oh, here's why you put this in, or use this step and then wait 2 days and then use this step. The process is the gold, right? You can fill in those blanks with whatever industry you needed to. But me as an engineer, I didn't have the foresight, or whatever you want to call it, empathy, to understand that this is how you play that game, right?
Mhm.
So absolutely, I was not expecting anything out of it. I was not expecting to come away with the knowledge that I have, that I now feel like I can use in different aspects of the business. Every new product that we put out, we can apply this process to it. We can control, okay, we have a bunch of people with nothing to do, let's go push hard this week. And we can control, we can keep control over how full everyone's task list is.
I,
That's what you guys have given us.
I love it. And oh God, I had a really good question. Popped out of my head. Okay, yeah, it was so, obviously you took the leap, you invested in SalesLeap. How quickly did you find ROI in that investment? Um,
Quite honestly, writing, not the check, but right, paying the invoices and whatever, which is part of business, and it keeps food on your table and everything like that. That was a hard check to write for me, because again, I'm writing this check assuming that nothing is going to happen, right? And I'm like, okay, let's just do it, and let's drink that Kool-Aid, and let's follow the process, and let's get our money's worth out of it. It didn't take two customers before we had ROI'd that. So yeah, and now we can get, if we choose to, we can pick up two new a week, or two new a day if we want to push that hard. If I thought my team could handle it.
and you,
So
yeah,
yeah, the return on investment is a no brainer for us.
and you got those first two, I think, in just kind of the first maybe 30, 45 days of the program.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, it was, it takes a little bit to get started before, and on our side, we didn't push intentionally. I wanted to make sure that myself and my team had a good understanding of what we were trying to accomplish and what the processes were before we put it out into the world. But yeah, within say 2 or 3 weeks, we had enough to start that trickle effect. And we're starting to get customers even before, way before we were finished with the process, where we already gotten that money back before we were completed.
I love it. And, I think SalesLeap, we often get confused with like marketing companies or lead generation companies. How would you describe SalesLeap like as being different?
I don't have a great deal of experience with marketing companies, but I don't think that's the proper name for you. I mean, I haven't really thought about that until you said that, but yeah, you guys are almost like mentors. Marketing mentors is a better term. As far, a marketing company, I think of, go change our logo, go change our color scheme, and then help us send out flyers and help us do whatever. That's a marketing company to me. Help us design billboards and stuff. It's not what you guys did. You guys helped us curate our content that we created ourselves, because as you don't know our business like we do, and you never purported to know our business the way we do. But what you said is, if you take these key elements and you put them in this order and you follow this process, that's going to generate sales and leads for you. And that's exactly what happened. You don't have to know our business to know that recipe to move, for us to move forward. And that's the difference. You guys are not a marketing company. I don't know what category you do fit into, but some type of mentorship, some type of leadership, some type of camaraderie, because you guys, I feel like, I want to invite you guys over for Thanksgiving dinner, right? I mean, it's, everybody on your team has just been phenomenal, and brotherly love and all that kind of stuff, right? I mean, it's been so invigorating to speak to you and your team. Everybody's so positive, and you can do it. Just, I can't wait to see what your numbers are next week. You're involved, you're in the process with us. So mentorship is the term that comes to mind for me.
It's like mentorship, but with a system. And I recall Aaron saying, it's so nice just to know what to do every day, kind of do X, Y, and Z, and get opportunities out.
Well, I mean, how often can you follow a recipe in business, right? How often can you do 4 steps or 6 steps or whatever it may be and get an accomplished outcome? It almost never works that way, especially in businesses. And oh my God, marketing doesn't work that way. But when you it's like experienced mentorship is, you guys have done this. You've realized that this step doesn't need to be here, or you need to prolong this step, or, you're taking your wealth of experience and putting it into a package that's trainable for the rest of us.
You're absolutely right. I think, the key to advancing as business owners is to find the specialized knowledge in the areas that we aren't proficient in. And you made an intention in 2020 to find knowledge in opportunity generation, marketing, sales, and you found SalesLeap. And it's just been an absolute delight to work with you and see you make that transformation, to continue working with you as you continue to grow. And it's just a joy for our team.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's like I said, it has been such a wonderful experience, and I did not expect to find it from a bunch of marketers. So so we appreciate it.